Hello, Gary Hines again here with Career Strategy Forum podcast, and we are now on episode number 14. And I know I promised before that we were kind of done talking about networking, but this is really kind of the last piece of the networking process. So, on this episode today, I want to talk about job seekers' websites and blogs, things that you can actually use in your job search activity. And as you go along, you'll find these hopefully beneficial to you. But I want to discuss a little bit about them here. So, and I had already mentioned a couple of different times that I'm reading from some notes that I have. So you'll see me occasionally look down to double check my notes and make sure I'm covering all the topics that need to be covered. Okay. So again, at this, we talked in just the previous chapter, chapter 13, about a work proposal, and then prior to that, a mini newsletter. But this is something a little bit more extensive into that. So a website and a blog. In addition to the mini newsletter delivered by email, another tool you may want to consider adding to your networking follow-up arsenal is a personal website for your career transition. Websites are so free and easy to make these days. A lot of these companies will walk you right through, and it doesn't need to be a grandiose type of website with all the bells and whistles, but something that just you can direct people to so they can kind of see how you're doing and what you're doing and who you are really. So that's one of the benefits too of having a personal website. And a personal website can take several forms, and a lot depends on how technically inclined you are and how often you think you'd like to update your site with news, information, resources to share, and reports on your progress. Again, listen to that: news, information, resources. So as you're scouting job opportunities, as you're in LinkedIn, as you're participating in groups and forums, you're meeting people, you're reading up on things, you can cover some of the things that you've done and maybe what effect it had on you. If you read an article in Forbes about job shortages in particular industries, how that might affect you, even though you may not be directly in that industry, maybe you're a subgroup of that industry, things like that. So again, one option is a static website, which can act as an electronic online repository for several of your job seeker toolkit career documents, such as your bio, your accomplishment stories, and your resume. This type of website is built once and remains fairly static, requiring the least amount of maintenance. So this is almost like your profile in LinkedIn, where somebody goes in and they kind of see information, about you, some of the things you've done, some of the things you've read, some of the things that excite you, but you're not constantly updating it. Um, that's so it's somewhat static, okay, and it requires again the least amount of maintenance. And you may also want a professional web designer or a friend who knows the web to set up a website for you. Other options include using template based type and go sites available from places like GoDaddy, Network Solutions. I mean, there's just countless ones that I can't even mention all of them that actually step you through the process of how to create a resume and how to get it online. There could be some small fees associated with some of these, but I would think that in this day and age, there's probably some that are actually free to the public as well. You have to do a little research. On the other end of the spectrum, you may want to keep things both extremely simple and extremely easy to update whenever you like. So you might consider setting up a blog for your career transition. A blog, the word blog, is short for weblog, and it can act as both an online journal and a venue to share your professional expertise, opinions, and resources. And a lot of people right now are really using some of their real estate on places like LinkedIn and even in other spots like Indeed and Monster. They give you some personal space where you can sort of have this sort of blog effect. But again, it can act like a journal for you, and you can showcase your personal preferences, your resources, things like that. Right now, and this is a little bit, I'd have to do some more research on some particular ones to send you, but blogger.com and typepad.com are two places that are very simple to set up, and you may want to use those as well. A lot of people now too are using social media as their personal blogs. Places like Instagram and Pinterest, um, even TikTok. Believe it or not, people are using things there to kind of showcase who they are, what they're doing, and keep people up to date. So, one example I'd like to talk about is, for instance, a career transition website example, and I'll show you a picture of what this looks like. And this is just a sample. As you can see, the person's name is up here. It says about Bob, and here's a picture of Bob, and here's a little chart over here with some information of where you can go, sort of like a menu. And then here's an overview of what he's here to talk about on his career transition. So on that left side that I talked about, Bob's blog, executive profile, career highlights, distinctions, articles by Bob, how you can email him. But in the center, where next to the picture of Bob, it says something like Bob Winters has a proven track record and passion for developing great customer experiences. He has a rare combination of leadership ability, technical savvy, and people development skills. I'm not going to read through all of them, but you get the idea. So again, I didn't mention at the top, there are things like subscribe, articles, resume, contact. So again, it could be just as simple as this. It almost could just be a one page. Well, this is the opening page, and there's other pages. So let's say this probably maybe one, two, three, four, maybe 4 pages total that this person has. Of course, you want to have contact information so that a person can click right onto your email and send you something if they want to have ask questions or know more information about you. So that's just a career transition type of website and blog that you can use to enhance your networking skills. And in today's world, you can also take that networking link and change it into a QR code that you could put on a business card, you can put on your resume, you can put on your LinkedIn profile. So people just need to scan it with their phones and get right to your website. So that's another shortcut and option that you can use too for your website or blog. So hopefully these have all been good tips for you on networking. We've done about maybe 6 or 8 different episodes around networking, because networking is so critical, in my opinion, to finding a job in today's world. But I hope you can use all of that. And we will see you again next time on Career Strategy Forum. Thank you.